The planet has 7 suns and 43 moons. Fight me. Catch these hands.
Yes, of course.
I remember what attitude I had at the moment when writing that.
Catch these hands.
Pretty much.
I have not heard that phrase. Okay then.
Wait, you haven't? Then the joke that's coming up this session will be amazing.
Okay then.
Okay, since it's 8:02, Clint, you ready to press that button?
Oh, I already did.
Oh! I guess
We're
we're
on
starting
camera.
to catch hands.
We started off at
I'm not
Oh,
seeing the problem here.
we started off at I like past me's notes.
Ah,
Perfect.
perfect. Catch these hands.
There we go.
Anyway, I probably should be in the correct channel. There we go.
Maybe a little bit. Oh yeah, I can use my dice for this.
Yes.
Yes, all of you can use dice, and I shall get the glorious dragon egg dice bag that Clint made for me and pull out all of my shiny gems.
I get to use my wooden D20.
No
I
doubt.
swear I want to be rich enough to just have diamonds dice.
Right. I need to send out that dice bag, but let's okay session. Yeah.
So I wouldn't get diamond dice. I'd just get like a huge pile of them. I would get an actual horde.
Yes. Yes.
It's like you're like, hey, y'all remember DuckTales? Opened your vault
Pretty
massive.
much. Exactly. Like that, but dice.
No, I'm losing my
Behold.
I
dice.
wouldn't want to try to dive into my pool of dice.
My dice.
No, see, I would never do that. That would be
all over the
dangerous.
floor.
Well, you probably wouldn't want to do it if it was a vault full of D4s. D20s, though, that'd probably be okay.
No.
So, OC, I found my CanadianBirds quick notes.
Oh, see, if they're particularly smooth rocks you're jumping into, they're still rocks.
Here, look. Kellenvor is super self-obsessed and a bodybuilder. Very flirtatious at a younger age. Possibly had a fling with Tamitha.
Oh.
That was the quick notes I had for him.
Goodness.
Oh my.
Hey, you all learned this last session.
Yeah, but it's been a while, so I was reminded again. Alright, I'm making tea, so I'm gonna pour that. I'll be right back.
Oh, is it time to go get
Okay.
drinks already?
Only for me.
Clint, no alcohol. Stop it. You're not at Trinity's bar right now.
It's too late. I started drinking when I got home.
That's probably not a good habit to keep up.
No, I don't even do it often. It's like once, twice a month.
By month, he clearly means like an hour.
Once or twice an hour, even while I'm at work.
I do it once or twice every 3 nanoseconds.
Not a
No.
problem. Stop whenever you want to.
Whenever I want.
See, I'm
Anyway,
even putting
why
my
am I
glass
missing a
away.
dice? One of you is a dice thief. You came to my house while I wasn't looking and stole one of my dice.
And I'm here again.
I stole
Oh,
just
was it you?
one.
Was it who?
The rogue is here.
Yeah.
Are you the one that came to my house tonight and stole my dice? 1 dice.
I can neither confirm nor deny. Actually, I didn't steal it. I just moved it somewhere.
Ah, you're one of those type of rogues.
I don't
More
actually.
chaotic evil type.
Okay,
Or chaotic good. It could go either way.
I poured out all my dice, so...
I'm creating a fun challenge for you to do. You may also have noticed a series of clues.
Don't become oik.
Oh. Oh no. What have I done?
You become the very thing you swore to destroy.
Wait, what if like if I supplant him, does that destroy the original? Can I use this-
Let's just
can I
make him have a doppelganger.
Can I use this power for good?
Anyway, we should probably get to session.
Not according to a Jedi.
Yeah, well, the Jedi disbelieve a lot of things, so you know.
Yes, Mr. DM.
Okay, yes. Tamatha was guiding you all to the map room. All of you see an even more ginormous room that doesn't seem to be a part of the tree, but yet is still inside the tree.
Hmm.
It seems that you walked into a different tree while being in the same tree. Doesn't make any sense, but it's an offshoot tree.
So is that because of the size or because of like the decor?
It's because of magic. You basically
Okay.
walk through an entrance that is its own other giant tree that you're not at. Or
You know what?
the other one
I
is
just
not.
won't. I just won't question this too much. I don't think it's actually that.
Alright. The big room. Headphones, stop. Big room, just the same as the last one, but this one is all dedicated to mapping the world.
Hmm.
What was Tamatha's accent?
I know that question far too well.
Maris is real easy. Tamara.
The worst is when like you know you're doing it wrong, but you don't know what the actual right one is, so you just kind of like, well, gonna roll with it. This is what it is now.
Did you mean every session of my game?
Okay,
Oh.
Tamatha takes you into the room and is like, so you wanted to, you wanted to go to some sort of facility, right?
I believe so. Again, the details of exactly what we're supposed to be doing has been infuriatingly elusive, but I do believe that is the case. Yes.
So, Ethereal,
Yes.
can you give me the whereabouts of where-ish that was again? I remember you saying it was in Arania territory.
Of which facility?
Mr. Rodley's facility.
Okay. I'm looking at my
See, I
notes
just
and
remember we're
it's
supposed to counteract something he did, but I forget the details of like what we discovered about that if we learned anything about it.
I'm looking at my notes and I'm realizing that I don't have any.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, I don't have anything about a facility listed. That.
So yes, Broadley's facility. It is right about
He has a facility?
yes.
This is news to me. I just know he's doing something down here.
And she
I mean,
points.
if he has a facility, we should definitely go for it.
I'm pretty sure you were told that Mr. Rodley was building something somewhere in the Outlands.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and Ethereal also knows the location of Trinity's hidden bar.
What?
Defeated sigh just heard from poor
I
DM.
know. It
He
went on for
did
so long.
He did say something. Now that I think about it, he did say that he knew a location of a place to rest, but you never said it was Trinity's bar.
Yes, I did.
I don't remember that. I thought you said, I know of a place we can stay.
I thought I said it was Trinity's bar.
I'm pretty sure if you said it was Trinity's bar, the party will never go there.
So how far is this?
No, I'll agree. I'll agree to let people go there like as a reward for like successfully completing the thing, but
Hey.
we're not going there first.
How far is it from our current location? Would it take several days?
It's in the middle of the shape-shifting spider territory.
Delightful.
Tamatha looks at a map, pulls one out, rolls it onto the giant table, and draws a circle into a super dense, dark area of the woods. You'll be needing to look somewhere around here then. It's
That
quite
looks like
deadly.
it'll be inconvenient.
The fact that he managed to put it, do whatever it is he's doing, in the middle of this territory worries me a little bit. Another thing, there's only 2 ways to get here.
Mm.
There is. They're both relatively deadly. One for one for natural reasons and one for other reasons. If you take the north path, you'll be going over the mountain range that runs that crosses the intersects now. It cuts through the forest. We're using that now. You'll be taking. You'll be needing winter gear for that one. It gets quite cold. And that may or may not be where the plants resurrect all the dead bodies they collect from the battlefield. The plants not having much power and numbers as far as fighting force goes themselves, everybody they kill on the enemy team or theirs, they use as undead warriors. And looking at it, the path to the north would take you straight through whereabouts they do that. The other path takes a more southward approach, but you'll be traveling through a volcano.
So either way, we need specialized gear.
Well, either for hot or cold, yes. The volcano is very naturally dangerous, having sulfurous fumes in the air, blinding you. The heat from the lava, the rocky pass that could collapse under your feet, and then the path to the north. Not only is it cold, but there is more undead than you will be able to deal with.
I was unaware that the plant folk dabbled in such unholy things.
It's not the same type of undead magic as you as you condemn. I was about to say practice, and damn, I was about to hit right there by you. Fireball. I don't practice that. That you condemn. They more grow stuff on the dead bodies that animates it. It's like a virus, a bacteria that they implant into the bodies.
She still frowns at that. The dead should rest, and their bodies should be cared for, not used as tools.
Such magic wasn't invented until the tech came here with their war. The plant simply adapted to a new type of combat. I will not condone it, but I will not condemn their efforts to stay alive either. The plants really only have one fighting force, and the Floran are low in numbers compared to what your people can and have brought. This way they can level the playing field. But morality aside, you have two paths that you could go. She looks at the party expectantly, wishing you guys to talk amongst yourself to figure out which path you want.
Tint wink wink. Well, I am not particularly equipped, nor perhaps ready to venture through a volcano. And I feel compelled to do something about this defilement of the dead.
We won't be able to fight them.
If I may interject, I do not suggest interfering with any of the undead. They have become a hive mind of sorts.
You ask me to not interfere with something to which I am wholly and completely opposed to. Everything that I exists to act as anathema to all things that
Would
are
you like
undead.
to be the next person that they resurrect with their magic?
If it should be that I should fall by their hands, then Kilmvor may take my spirit. But I cannot simply stand here and abide the knowledge of such awful things.
And would you rather remove a few now and die, or live on to strike them at the source?
I will say that the plant's necromancers are far and few between. As far as I know, only 5 exist. Perhaps it would be better to worry about them after your mission with Mr. Rodley's project.
Annabelle opens her mouth to say something, pauses for a moment. I shall withhold my comment and my opinion on the matter then.
I won't stop you from taking either path. I just will advise you on a better course of action than going and attacking everything you see on the north path.
Well, I have expressed my opinion. I believe the northern path is. The northern path would be my preference.
She looks at Tamatha looks at Ethereal, Vex, and I know this name. Don't tell me I know it. Know it. Know it. I don't know it.
I don't. I have to check my notes.
Alina, what is your character's name, please?
Celosia?
Celosia, there we go. So Tamatha looks at Celosia, Vex, and Ethereal, expecting their opinion next.
I think if we can keep from drawing too much attention, the cold, undead-filled path is probably the safer one. If we can keep from drawing too much attention.
Party, talk to each other. Whispers from the void telling you to talk to each other.
Annabelle, upon hearing that, simply just sort of shuffles a little bit and glances off.
I wonder if one of your party members could keep herself from drawing attention. Tamatha looks at Annabelle a little bit.
Right, but even accounting for that, are we actually better off taking the other path where the ground might collapse underneath us at any time?
To consider as well, if we were to walk through a volcano, how could we possibly be adequately prepared? I may not know much about such things, but from what I understand, they are not something that is simple and easy to pass through.
Didn't everybody get the warm clothing and heating protection before we left?
They did, but there's more stuff like
Oh.
for volcano.
Oh no, that was Ethereal talking out loud.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes, I believe we, well, near as I could perceive, adequately prepared, but it wouldn't surprise me if it turns out that the southern path was a field of liquid rock that we had to traverse somehow.
I can assure you that there is a path through the volcano. It is just not particularly safe.
The way you described
Not
it was
if
as
the north path is any safer.
particularly unreliable.
This much is true.
The other path at least has the advantage that we can potentially control what we're dealing with. And potentially can recover from a mistake.
Both paths provide equally difficult encounters. Both paths will be relatively hard to traverse. She starts flipping through a book she pulled off a bookshelf behind her.
Well,
If I remember right, the fumes in the volcano sting fleshy people's eyes. Mine are exempt due to me being what I am, but most people, it seems to pose disadvantage on perception and attack.
I
more
feel
than
like we
anything.
only have one real choice then.
We must go to the mines of Moria.
well, Ethereal
Of course.
Celosia, what are your thoughts upon the subject?
I am not eager to go either way. I'm not eager to.
pretty-
I'm not eager to go where we're going.
Upon saying not eager to go either way, Tamatha remarks, if you just go straight through the middle, you can get eaten by the spiders. And I assure you, the spiders are much more deadly than both of these paths.
Well, strictly speaking, you could
No,
go
Neek, I
over.
believe you.
I've been with Neek. It's fine.
No, you haven't.
Yes,
Anyway,
yes, I have.
when you say over, Ethereal has not been with Neek. When you say over,
You said last.
no, you know of Neek.
Oh wait.
You know of Neek.
No, you
know
said-
that there is an Arania called Neek.
You said that Neek led Arania through the territory.
Neek is one of the
I'm
spider
gonna go pour the rest of
queens.
my tea while you shut this out.
My notes and our DMs say you know of. But if the recording proves me wrong, it proves me wrong.
Okay, I will have to double check the recordings.
Well, that said, you, unlike the rest of us, have the ability to simply fly over these dangers. But to do so, I think, would be a.
To that, I debate you. The spiders, have found a way to catch flying creatures.
Alright, where are we at?
Tamatha has just said why she can't just fly straight over the middle to there. And, she said the spiders found a way to catch flying creatures.
Well, then if I'm to understand what you're saying, Ethereal, you really don't have much of an opinion one way or the other.
Nope.
And what about you, Celosia?
Go on.
Well, which of these two paths do you think we should take? Should we attempt to venture through a volcano? Or some sort of frozen wasteland filled with the undead?
Yeah, boy. Well, I'm from Olashan, so I'm at least a little bit acclimated to the heat. But she glances at the party.
It's the collapsing ground that I'm more worried about.
Charybdis.
Well, not to rush you, but we do need to make a decision, and what is yours?
Who here can fly?
I will point out that flight will not be an option in either area due to the mountains being always under winter storm and the lava. The heat causes air swirls, making it quite impossible to fly straight.
Do you think we can actually survive in either of these areas?
Proper planning should make it possible, as these are two traveled paths to get past the majority of the Arania territory.
Hmm.
The first one The north path, having been recently, due to the war, taken over by undead, has become increasingly more dangerous.
Then it sounds to me, in lieu
What
of
would we need to traverse the other path?
The south path,
Yes.
there's not much I can do in regards to you if you decide to step or fall in the lava. That would be on you to stop or avoid. I could possibly give you protection in the form of potions or drops that you place in your eyes to protect you from the fumes. Uh,
That doesn't address my primary concern.
the rocky cliff face, there's not much I can do other than magically reduce your weight. But that would only last for a certain amount of time and would probably not last for your entire journey through the volcano.
And we still have to make it back.
This is very much true.
It's my opinion that there's no preparation we can make that will actually make us survive that path.
So the north path it is then. She looked
I-
at all.
I think
all of
there
you.
was really only ever one option.
If you all have protective clothing against the cold, there's not much I can do for you other than give you a stern warning not to tangle with the dead. If you can, find a way around them. If you can't, find your way through them without interacting. As it is always a winter storm in the mountains, they don't see very far, but they do kind of wander. And there are many of them. Do not lose your party, do not lose yourself.
Are they connected to each other somehow? If we take one down quietly,
If you
will the
took
others
one
know?
down, the others would know. They are very much a hive mind days.
Hmm.
It is still early magic, so they don't know location, but they know they were attacked, and will be much more aggressive toward anything they see.
I think we can work with that all the same.
I will say, however, if you do encounter one of these warlocks, I am not opposed to you taking care of them in any which way you see. Tamatha looks at Annabelle specifically, hoping this makes her a little bit happier that she can't tangle with the zombies.
Sorry, I was looking at I was looking at something Clint posted. Could you repeat that one more time?
Oh, she said something about if you find one of the warlocks, she does not oppose to you taking it out, and she looks to you to see if that made you a little bit happier that you weren't able to tangle with the zombies, or aren't able to tangle with the zombies.
She gives her a fairly cool mutual expression. Yes.
I'm not gonna say that you will run into one, or that it's a great idea to fight one, but I don't quite like the idea of their existence, even if it is a survival tactic. So, not to sound preachy, but I give you permission, so to speak, to eliminate them if you should find them.
Your permission is appreciated. Ultimately unnecessary, but appreciated.
She nods. I suppose you should rest for the night and set out in the morning. But before that, she claps her hands. All of you feel a warm golden energy envelop your body. Why don't I give you a little bit of my magic to help you along your way? All of you feel really warm and fuzzy and all of that comfy stuff inside.
I'm drunk again.
No.
Oh,
This is better than being drunk, Clint. In fact, Ethereal, you recognize this magic. It's been used on you before you left Tamitha's house.
yay!
This is magic that enhances your abilities and allows you to make magical breakthroughs that unlock new potential. You just got your level
Ooh.
up inside. That's your level up.
Ah,
Yay!
Well, that feels lovely, thank you. Well, if we are to spend the night under your hospitality, may I inquire as to what quarters we shall be using?
She snaps her fingers, and the map room turns into a giant bedroom with lots of beds, doors, rooms, anything you could want seems to be there. She pulls you over to the side, Annabelle, and says, before you sleep, please don't touch or stay in the Kellenborg room too long.
I cannot speak for my dreams, but my waking hours shall show restraint.
Animal makes an excuse by sleepwalking. What? I was sleepwalking.
I can't control these things.
Okay, yeah, I guess I was wrong, Clint. Okay, yeah, the Spider Queen actually was
fair-
nice enough to guide Ethereal.
To be fair, that does sound like Neek.
How am I not dead?
With Neek, you never know.
I shall have food prepared as you all tidy yourselves up and get ready to sleep. I haven't slept in a long time. She walks off to the kitchen, wondering how long it's been since she's actually slept.
What?
She keeps herself awake with magic to do more things and read more books.
Oh boy.
She does
Oh
the
boy.
Twilight thing.
that never ends well.
She is making noise in the kitchen, seemingly cooking your food.
Well then, I think I shall retire for the night. I wish you all a pleasant rest. And if she inquires as to why I'm not at dinner, I simply am not particularly hungry.
Why you're not in dinner? I'm staring at your carnivore collection.
Mm.
I mean, I'm sleeping.
Oh boy.
With that, Annabelle will politely excuse herself. And
In the direction of the Kellenborg area.
I mean, she's not gonna be far from it.
You're gonna choose the closest bedroom to the Kellenborg room.
Maybe.
Naturally.
Yeah, she will head to her room and retire for the night.
I'm gonna go to the kitchen. Because food.
Ethereal, you wander out to the kitchen and see that, Timitha has taken a liking to tea and has made like 30 different types of tea already.
This isn't food.
Is there any cookies that Ethereal could?
She's also cooking biscuits, but not like the bread
Aw.
biscuits, like the cracker biscuits that you dunk in tea and eat.
Oh, well, Ethereal's just wandering about the kitchen looking for food that she could probably steal. Something sweet.
Tamitha gives you a tiny little scolding tap on the head and then points you to the chocolate pantry.
Yay, thank you.
She sighs and says you've always had a sweet tooth.
Yep. Where do you keep your alcohol?
No, no.
Tamitha's about to eat you if you keep inquiring about alcohol.
Who said anything about alcohol?
I
Don't
wonder.
do it. If you eat ethereal, you'll become drunk yourself.
No. Tamitha's Trinity beer days are over her. Long time ago.
Wait, what?
Shh, I didn't say nothing.
Is that why she's disappointed in ethereal?
It's an emotion that only comes from experience.
Those days are long behind her. We're not discussing how old Trinity
You,
is.
you remind
It's not
You
proper
remind-
to ask a lady her age.
you remind Tamitha of a terrible time.
We're great.
Yeah, probably both, honestly. Not so much or. as
Anyway,
and.
OC, yes, you're right. It's impolite to ask a lady her age, so never ask Trinity how old she is.
Meanwhile, ethereal just gives out her name or her age, like a business card.
Hey, Galarian.
Hey,
Hello.
Hey,
The dashing man himself
Hello.
has arrived.
Hey, gallery.
So, what did I miss?
we chose a path, right?
There were two paths you could have gone. They chose the
Oh.
north path, which takes them through the Winter Storm Mountains.
there were two paths we could have gone. Both are awful.
The path they chose is really cold, really high altitude, in the middle of a winter storm, pretty much always. Also crawling with plant undead, like literally everywhere.
So, clicker?
This is not a certain game that I probably can't say in this.
This is not Oscar Bait the game, so
The path they didn't choose is the path straight through the volcano. That's the one they didn't choose. I wonder why.
So we did.
And then now it's bedtime things. While Tamitha is cooking tea, biscuits, and other night sweets to relax and get yourself ready to bed.
So we chose Cold Mountain over Lethal Lava Land.
I think it's a bad time to mention that throughout this entire time I forgot to level up my character.
Well, considering you chose the path with encounters versus the path without encounters, you might want to do that while we're talking.
To be fair, the other path was even worse.
Well, the other path wasn't like combat encounters. It's naturally deadly, but it's not combat.
That's kind of worse a lot of the time.
Yeah, like if it's naturally deadly, a bad roll will doom you.
Yeah. You can just, like, die or lose limbs that way.
What are you talking about? The Rocky Cliff Face only needed a deck save every 60 feet.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad we went the other way.
What's that? An effect that occurs every 60 feet?
Oh, boy.
I did this before you did that. Now shut up. So, since you didn't choose the volcano path and probably never will, I'll tell you all the volcano stuff.
Alright.
Within 30 feet of lava, 1d4 fire damage every round can be countered by protective clothing. Sulfurous fumes sting your eyes, disadvantage on perception and attacks. Within 10 feet of lava, protective clothing burns and no longer works. 1d4 fire damage per round. Within 5 feet of lava, con save to avoid suffocating and burning your lungs.
Nice.
Rocky Cliff Face path. A rocky cliff face. Deck save every 60 feet to keep sure footing.
My deck
That
save
was
is
a volcano.
my deck save is +1.
Yeah.
Well, that was to keep sure footing. There's a few fall ones to make sure I don't just lose all my players into lava, okay?
I mean, I'd probably survive. I might be alone, but I'd live.
I mean, at
I
that
have
point,
+4 to Dex and Wing.
I mean, basically what
two of us
happened is Annabelle would fall down and she'd burn up and basically become Anakin Skywalker because she'd be lying there and she'd be like, "I hate you."
Anyway, Tamitha comes back, and in the little bedroom area, there's a little lounge in the middle where she places down a whole bunch of different prepared teas fresh cooked cracker biscuits and some sweets. I hope this will calm the nerves before such a journey. And this tea stuff's fantastic. I have so many leaves that I can mix and combine in other ways. Don't worry, none of these will kill you. I tested them all myself first. Only one of the ones I had would have killed you.
I mean, does that even confirm it?
Ethereal is just lying in the corner because she had the wrong tea.
No.
That was the one.
She didn't bring the one out that would kill you. She wrote notes and kept it for later.
Excuse
Of course.
me.
This one is for me only.
Only I get to pierce the veil between life and death.
This one is for special friends.
Oh no.
This one is for adults only. The children get to have these ones.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
But yeah, that's what Tamitha does. And she inquires as to Annabelle's vacancy at the lounge. Did Annabelle go to sleep already?
She did say she was retiring to her room.
I wonder if she chose the room right next to Kellen's room.
Absolutely not. There is no possible way that she chose that room.
Annabelle!
Nah.
Nonetheless, I shall make sure to lock it up. She seems really into her deity. Feels weird calling him a deity now.